Thank you for joining me for this overview of our work life and well-being resources at the University of Kentucky. My name is Azetta Beatty. I am the HR Work Life Benefits Manager here at the university. In our session today, we will be talking about our work life and well-being services and resources offered to our university employees. That includes our faculty and our staff. And I will also be offering some suggestions slash support for you as you are managing your own work life responsibilities and as you are figuring out what's the best way to support myself on my well-being journey. Let's start with the basics. We are all managing our wants and our needs at all times. When we talk about figuring out what works for one person, we know that sometimes it looks a little different for someone else. And so when we talk about our services that we offer, I wanted to just acknowledge that we are all in various stages of our personal and our professional lives. We all need various types of benefits depending on what's going on with us, depending on who we are, depending on our stages of our profession. And so I just wanted to make sure as we share in this presentation today that we do acknowledge that people need different things and want different things. Also, I acknowledge that we are all juggling the and trying to balance what do we want versus what do we need. We know that sometimes what I want versus what I need don't always line up, but I am here to offer some resources and services to support you and to encourage you on that journey. I love this quote. This quote says, balance is not something you find, it's something you create. Balance is not something you find, it's something you create. That is very important to keep in mind. I love it because it reminds us that it's not going to just happen. Not only do we all need to figure out how to make things work for us, depending on our stages in life and what's going on our journey at any given moment, but we also need to understand that it's not going to just happen. So I encourage you to just kind of listen in today as we talk through what are some resources, what are some services, what are some suggestions to help you as you are trying to create a work life and well-being routine, because you do acknowledge that it's not going to happen unless I create it. But there are some resources to support me in doing so. We also acknowledge that it is very necessary, that it's needed, that it's beneficial, and that you can do it. Here's something to consider. Consider doing more of what is working for you and less of what is not working. Do more of what is working for you and less of what is not working. That may sound easier said than done, right? More of what's working for you and less of what is not working. Each one of us has to evaluate ourselves and our lives and try to think about what's working in my professional life, what's working in my personal life, what's not working, and how can I make some adjustments so that I'm doing more of what's working. The other question I want you to consider is what do you need to take off your plate? This quote here tells us when my cup gets full, I stop pouring. When my cup gets full, I stop pouring. So, what do you need to take off your plate? And when I say take it off your plate, it may be that you take something off for today. It may not mean that you can forever take the item off your plate, but let's just say it's a project that you're working on and you walked into your office or you started work and you looked at this long list of things or you considered this long list of things that you need to do. And maybe if you take a few more minutes, you can determine, okay, do I need to do all of this today or can a few of these things be done tomorrow or at the end of the day? And sometimes just taking things off temporarily can give you a little mental relief, a little de-stressor almost. If you can identify, you know what, I can do this in a couple of days, or I can do this next week actually, or I can do this tomorrow. Just taking a few things off so that you can focus on what needs to get done at that moment sometimes can help. So I encourage you just to consider what needs to come off my plate. And when my cup gets full, I stop pouring. Let's talk about the 4 Ds of productivity. I love this concept because it ties in perfectly with taking things off your plate, doing more of what works for you and less of what does not work. When you think about this, it talks about what do you need to do? What do you need to drop? What do you need to delay? And what do you need to delegate? What do you need to do? A do thing could be something as simple as creating a to-do list. It could be putting some blocks of time on your calendar so that you can work on projects. I don't know about you, but oftentimes I know if I don't block off even an hour on my calendar in advance, you may need to look a few weeks down the road and just block off some time slots, or have an assistant do it, or just the first hour of the day, try not to have meetings, or the last hour of the day, try not to have meetings, just different things like that. What do you need to do to help you with your productivity? If that is making a list, fantastic. If it is arranging your calendar in a certain way that makes it work for you, wonderful. Just think about what do you need to do? And also, what do you need to drop? Are there things that you are doing in your department, in your unit, in your college, and you're thinking, you know what? Why are we still doing this? Do we need to drop it or do you need to reevaluate it and represent it? It could be that it's something that just needs to be tweaked a bit. Or do you need to stop doing it for the next couple of years and pick it back up in a couple of years? Just evaluating what you do in a daily, what you do as a college, what you do in your different committees and groups. Is it working? And maybe you shouldn't do it. Do you have to meet in person, for example? Is virtual a better way to meet? Better use of everyone's time? Do we need to stop doing certain things in person just because we are here? So that's just an example. Delay. What do you need to delay? Sometimes we need to delay doing some things, and you can determine what that is. And again, that could be back to the previous thought of taking something off your plate for today or for this week. Maybe it doesn't need to be done today. It can be done, in a couple of days or next week or next semester. Thinking about, semesters. Sometimes there's things that need to get done this semester. Some things you need to say, we don't need to add one more thing this semester. We need to wait until next semester or next year. It's still a great idea, but let's just not add one more thing to our team to stress everyone out. So sometimes delaying, and as a leader, sometimes you have to tell people let's delay that. That's a great idea. I love your passion for it, but I acknowledge that you have a lot of other things going on, or we have other priorities that a little more pressing than this idea. So let's just hold off for a little bit. And sometimes, even though people love ideas, that's just a relief coming from a leader saying, let's not do that now. So delegate. Delegation, that is one I had to learn over the years, and I'm still learning it. But what do you need to delegate? And maybe you're really good at delegating. And I encourage you to, if you say, I'm great at delegating, take a look at what you are delegating exactly and think, are there additional things I should be delegating that I'm not delegating? Because sometimes you may be surprised that I'm really not delegating what I thought I was delegating or as much as I thought I was. And let's see if that can help you with the productivity. I love this idea here that says, what can you control? And I encourage you to think, okay, in thinking about what can I control, how does this relate to my role at UK? How does this relate to my role as a dean, as a faculty, as a staff, as a chair? How does this relate? What can I control in my role as a professional? And so I love this image because it just gives us some thoughts on there are some things that are completely out of your control. There are some things that are completely within your control. And then also there are some things that you can influence, right? Especially as a leader. You can influence a lot of things. So what's out of your control? Here's some examples. The past, the future, the actions of others, the opinions of others, what happens around me, what other people think of me, the outcome of my efforts, how others take care of themselves, that is out of my control? What's in my control? My boundaries that I set for myself, my work, for my time, my thoughts and my actions are within, and my reactions, how I respond to people, that's within my control. The goals I set for myself on a daily basis oftentimes are within my control. What I give my energy to, how I speak to myself, how I speak to others, how I handle challenges. This is just a short list, but there's a lot of things that are within your control, but then there's a ton of things that are outside of your control. Even something as simple as traffic. You can't control traffic. If you're shopping at a grocery store, you cannot control how long the line is. So just accept if the line is long, it is what it is. You're going to get through when you get through. So, oftentimes in our everyday lives, we add extra stress to ourselves by simply not acknowledging what we can and cannot control. So, I encourage you the next time you feel yourself getting a little testy or stressed or anxious, just take a few seconds and breathe in and out. Give yourself a minute to just breathe and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? If the answer is nothing or very little, or I can influence something maybe, then take action on that. But just ponder that for a few seconds, and I guarantee you it will help shift you a little bit and help you in managing your well being. So I wanted to just take some time to share those resources with you, just those thoughts on, the 4 Ds of productivity, the what you need to take off your plate. Balance is within your control, but you get to create it. Just something to say, we do have these wonderful resources to support you in your work life and well-being, but they don't mean as much if you don't utilize them. So I definitely encourage you and invite you to listen in as I go over this summary about these resources and think to yourself, what can I utilize for me? And what can I make sure I'm familiar with so that I can share with my teams? So this is just a screenshot of our workshop, of our website, excuse me. This is a screenshot of our website. And if you go to our Work Life and Wellbeing website, this is what you will see. And at the top, there's like this little row that breaks down the different categories: mental health, personal finance, personal resilience, nutrition, physical activity, flexible work, working parents, and elder care. Those are our categories. So here I'm going to take some time to just break down and walk through some of the resources and services that we have that assist you with your work life and well-being, as well as a few benefits that are maybe lesser known to you. Let's start with benefits. So when I think about benefits, oftentimes we think about health insurance or retirement or, just a lot of things that are pretty common, right? But sometimes there's some benefits that you just may not think of or be aware of. So for one, did you know that UK has a benefits advocate? And that's a person literally that works with you almost as a liaison between you and in healthcare. And that person, if you run into some type of benefits issue or concern, absolutely you can call the benefits office or email. But sometimes if it's a little more complicated, you can talk to the advocate and that person can speak to Anthem, for example, on your behalf and try to help you figure out what's going on. Also, we have employee discounts list on our HR website, and that list is pretty comprehensive and extensive. It covers a variety of categories, and you can look through and you'll find information on auto repairs, hotels, childcare, just all kinds of categories, apartments, realtors, I mean, literally, there's just a long list of discounts. And these are, UK doesn't endorse any of these organizations necessarily, but they have agreed to offer UK employees a discount of some type. So if you go to the website, you'll see the details about the discount, and then you just go from there. Also, I encourage you, if you're ever out and about and you're shopping, and you're about to purchase something, I would ask the organization, do you offer a UK discount? Because it's very possible that we may not have them listed on our website, but they are willing to offer you a discount. Maybe they have a corporate discount. Maybe they have a community business discount or something. I would ask and just see what they say. We also at UK have this Live Safe app. The Live Safe app is a wonderful tool that has a lot of good community resources on there, campus resources on there. It's a great option if you see something happening in the UK community, like a safety concern of some sort, you can report it directly through the app. So that's something to get that app on your phone. Also, Hinge Health, that's one of our newest benefits. That is for exoskeletal types of concerns. And this is like a virtual support where you can sign up and then they'll send you actual equipment that you can utilize and they can walk you through how to use. And they give you a whole treatment plan. And we've gotten lots and lots of compliments on this particular resource, and people have been really helped by it. We have something called Win Fertility. If you are or know of someone that is in the process of working through some fertility concerns, that could be a good place to reach out and just find out what resources they have. The Crisis Program, that is our resource that's offered to UK employees, where if you have an immediate need, let's just say there's some sort of an emergency or a financial burden, hardship, you can check the website out and it gives you all the details on what the requirements are to participate in that. You have to have worked at UK for at least a year, and there has to be 12 months between each time you ask. But definitely you can, employee, if you know of an employee in your area that's dealing with a financial burden or going through financial hardship, I'd encourage them to check that out and see if that's something they want to apply for. There's a committee that makes the decisions on the final approval process. Then all UK employees and students receive Lextrain bus rides for free. Hopefully everyone knows that. If you don't, now you do. And then also UK Dining has meal plans for faculty and staff. So not only can students get a meal plan and eat on campus, but if you're on campus or even hybrid schedule on campus, that's a great option. So I would definitely check into the meal plan options that they offer. So let's go ahead and talk a bit about our work-life well-being resources. So we have elder care resources. If you or someone you know is caring for an aging loved one, and that could be minimum care or maximum care. There's a elder care consultant that can assist you with resources, and we offer monthly workshops and support groups. There's a newsletter that is offered every month, including a blog on a variety of elder care related topics. So if you're someone that's caring for an aging loved one, or you think, in the next 5 years or so, I may be caring for an aging loved one, I would definitely encourage you to sign up to be a part of this listserv so that you can receive the information about the monthly workshops and the support group and a variety of other resources. Also, I want you to know that with our work life resources, we do record all of our workshops that we offer. So if for some reason you see a workshop listed on our calendar or listed in UK Now as an upcoming workshop and you're very interested in it, feel free to reach out to us and say, I'm interested, but I can't attend at the exact time. And we'll be happy to send you the link of the video recording. We have mental health resources, a variety of options there. We have in-house therapists. There's 4 in-house therapists plus an additional 3 or 4 that are contracted, and they offer 5 free sessions per fiscal year. 5 free sessions per fiscal year that can be used for the employee as well as the sponsor dependent, which could be a child or a partner. So that's something, and they don't roll over, but they do reset every year. So if a person wanted to use their 5 sessions every single fiscal year, they can use 5 this fiscal year, 5 the next fiscal year, 5 next fiscal year. So that's just something to know as well. And they can be done virtually or in person. Other mental health resources, we have Live Health Online that's offered through Anthem. There's also an emotional support tool that Anthem offers. There's the UK Family Center, which is also now known as IRAFT. They just recently changed their name. The Department of Psychiatry, Adolescent Medicine, it goes on and on. Also, UK has Headspace app. We currently have a contract that UK has purchased a certain number of apps. And if you sign up through our website, then you you don't have to pay for it. UK has already covered that for you. Another thing we want to make sure we keep reminding our staff about is that we do have those 2 TDL well-being days. And I say TDL because the 2 days come out of your well-being pool of time, but they're called 2 well-being days that are offered that you can use them for anything. You can go to a ball game. You can just sleep in that day. Whatever you want to do, there's 2 days, the equivalent of 2 days, depending on your work schedule, and everyone can utilize that. They do not roll over. So if you don't use these 2, they don't roll over to the next, and you now have 4. You only get 2 per fiscal year. So if you don't use them, they just don't count. That's it. Also, nutrition. We have dietitians that can assist you one-on-one with consultations. They have small group sessions. They have vouchers for a CSA program and all types of intuitive eating trainings. Wonderful, wonderful resources. We also have resources for those that are parents, that are new parents or parents that are of school-age children or older children. There's a network that you can join. We call the Working Parents Network. And through our work life office, we offer workshops monthly on parenting and childcare related topics. You can check out our website to get the list. You can also check out our calendar where everything is listed on our HR calendar of events. We have a support group that meet once a month as well. And we have a resource called Big Blue Family Care, which is like a child care sitter, pet care sitter type of resource where you would submit an online form. Let's just say you're a person that you have child care needs and you just need an occasional sitter or someone for after school pickup or after school care or weekend care. That is the perfect program for you to apply to. There's no fee to participate in a program. You simply pay the sitter directly. And these sitters are UK students that have already been interviewed and completed a background check. And we also have a variety of childcare and parenting related resources on our website. Another resource is our personal finance. Through our personal finance resources, we work with the Enrich program. We also work with CapTrust, which is like a third-party and financial investor. They can talk to you about your current retirement plans through Anthem or TIAA, not Anthem, sorry, through TIAA and Fidelity. And they can just help you to, depending on what your financial goals are, they can talk to you about that and kind of what you can do moving forward to work on those goals. Also, a flexible spending account is a very popular option for benefit that we offer at the university. Also, personal resilience, our health coaches. Some people really enjoy working with our health coaches to help them focus on their goals or stress management or just a variety of personalized plans. They also have small group sessions that meet. That program also oversees our tobacco cessation coaching, which also includes vaping. And then last but not least, we have physical fitness, and that we have some experts that actually help you with your physical fitness. They have on-demand sessions, they have live sessions. There's a few fitness centers that you can join. There's 3 different membership options. One is like a virtual online only. One is for only a few of the fitness gyms, and then another membership is for all of the fitness spaces that UK has. So those are just options to think if you're wanting to work on your movement or your physical fitness. So I know I just shared a lot with you, but I do want to make sure you know that with all of these resources, there is an option to have a one-on-one consultant. There's an option to talk to someone for consultation. We offer workshops and a variety of events and different outreach efforts to promote these services, but also to just make you aware. So as I start to wrap up, I just wanted to remind and encourage you to utilize these resources for yourself. Kind of think about, maybe you just think, here's 2 things that I would like to use for myself, or here's 2 things that I would like to promote in my area, in my college, in my unit, in my department. And if you have listservs or monthly outreach efforts or emails that you send to your faculty and your staff in your area or your employees in your area, I highly encourage you to consider promoting some of these resources because sometimes we think people know about resources and they don't, or they've heard about it once upon a time and they've forgotten about it. So, thank you so much for this time to just remind you of the resources that we have to assist you with your work life and your well being. And just want to remind you that we are here to support you. You're welcome to check out our website where we have all of these resources listed in great detail, as well as our calendar that outlines and showcases all of our upcoming events. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Be well.